Hello guys, how are you doing? It's me, Irina from Russia, from Siberia. Last time I told you that I'm single and I live in Russia. So today I wanted to continue this topic and tell you what does it mean to be single in Russia. Well, before I mentioned already that in Russia everyone is trying to get married after university. So as soon as you finished university, everyone is trying to find the partner, even if it's a wrong person still, and to get married before 30 years old. However, after 29 years old, there are so many divorces. There are so many people single with kids, like single moms, single dads, only because people didn't think well before to get married. Anyway, still, if you're single, everyone is always trying to remind you that you have to have a partner, you have to be married, and if you don't have kids, everyone is always trying to tell you and give you advice, thinking that this advice is so valuable that you have to have kids. Well, what to do? I believe it's not an easy thing to be single in any country. However, in such countries like Russia, where people really think that it doesn't matter what, you have to be married. Sometimes it's really not an easy thing to handle. Also, why it's not easy to be single in Russia, not only because of the society. Yes, everyone is always trying to push you to get married, to remind you that you have to be married. For example, my sister, every week when she calls me, she's saying, Irina, when I will get my nephews? Like, what? Every single week I hear this question. Another friend, I talk to her maybe once in a month, and every time she's also telling me, Irina, are you married? Not yet? So when you're getting married? For me, it's always like, why you're so impolite to ask this question? But people really think that it's okay to ask such kind of questions. I don't know about your culture. Do the people do something like that? But in Russia, yes. And as for me, I hate family parties, family gatherings like birthdays or something, because everyone will ask why you're still single, where is your husband, why you're still not married, and something like that. Sometimes it really makes me very upset, but this is our society, this is our reality, what to do. Also, why it's not easy to be single in Russia? First, because of course you have no one to rely on. If you have a partner, and for example, if you lost the job, you can rely on your partner. If you're single, you have no one to rely to. Because for me, for example, recently I lost my job, and I couldn't find the job, so I needed to start business. And as you know, it's not easy to start business, and the income cannot come to you within few days, right? It takes a lot of time to build a new way of making money, and you have no one to rely on. You don't have a partner. But if you're in a relationship, you can rely on your partner. You can ask for help, something like that, right? In my case, whom I will ask for help? My parents, they're retired. Why do I have to do that, right? Next thing, that in Russia, it's not easy to get a loan, a car loan, or it's not easy to buy an apartment and take a mortgage if you're single, because the banks, they prefer to consider couples for such things. Because just imagine, if you want to buy an apartment, if you want to take a mortgage and you're single, the banks prefer either not to give you or give you with not so comfortable conditions, I would say. As for me, a few years ago, I remember I was trying to take a mortgage for apartments, and the bank was ready to give me only mortgage for very high percent of interest, very high interest. I was disagree, but I knew that, okay, I'm single and I don't have so many options, because if I will go to another bank will offer also something like that. Same about other type of loans, because the banks, they really prefer to consider couples for such things. So I would say that it's not really an easy thing to be single in Russia. First, because of the society which is pushing you to get married. Second, because you really have no one to rely on. You can rely only on yourself. And third, because here people really kind of impolite with such questions. If in other cultures people will be shy to ask you like, where is your husband, where are your kids, or something like that, in Russia, no, they will ask. So sometimes even if you go to the doctor could be kind of rude asking such questions. So this is how reality looks like in my country. How about your country? Let me know. Thank you for your attention. Bye.